Broadcasting from outside of the Longhorn Saloon. I'm Brody Barcode.
I'm Ryan James.
And welcome to the Parlor, your hub for independent art and entertainment, as well as a platform to showcase independent artists and entertainers abroad. Now that's gourmet.
That it is. On today's Helping of Reviews, we are dealing out a review on the movie Dealings by Michael S. Rodriguez, who has done Last American Horror Show and Last American Horror Show Volume 2, Day of the Pigs, and Lamb Feed.
Lamb Feed. Also hung out with us here in the Parlor.
Absolutely. And he's become a very good friend of ours, and we're getting a chance to review his latest
17-minute short film.
Yes. It is a very, very quick feel to it. It has very much a Quentin Tarantino-esque with a bit of a Guy Ritchie Snatch movie feel.
If we were showing this in the Parlor or doing a little featurette, I would definitely put Dealings as kind of like a tasty appetizer to that of the Coen brothers' 1984 breakout film, Blood Simple. Definitely could pair up nicely in a crime thriller kind of fashion, which is kind of cool because for Michael Rodriguez, normally we know him for doing ton of just horror, sci-fi horror, grindhouse horror thriller type work. So this was actually really cool. It was very much on just that level of good gritty crime thriller.
Yes, and this was a completely different feel coming from Michael Rodriguez, which was quite refreshing. And being able to put this feel of how many characters we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters into the way that Snatch did, and just throwing everything all at once, and having a connection here with everything, but yet being able to isolate them was quite a feat.
Yeah.
Do we get a lot of character development? Not so much, but we do have a story of the bar owner, Art, owes a lot of people a lot of money, and he's gained a lot of money, but he doesn't really want to let it go.
He's in trouble.
Yes.
In many ways, more than just one.
Oh, yeah. And so is everybody else in this thing. The premise goes that he was suspecting his wife was cheating on him, so he hires an investigator in order to take some snapshots. Meanwhile, the investigator is also kind of plotting with his wife to help Art relieve himself of the money. Meanwhile, there are other patrons, employees that are wanting a part of the cash that is being implemented into this. It goes very, very fast. It's not extremely gory, but it is a fun ride and a fun twist that we expect out of Michael Rodriguez.
And yeah, just if you were to ask me, hey, could you just give like a 5-second quick sum up of this film? Cool, catchy, vicious tilt-a-roll, you know.
Absolutely.
And you're spinning out, and definitely, like I said, a lot of fun on that aspect.
If I had any personal critiques of it, there was only one scene, mainly for the look, that jarred me a little bit, was the scene with Roxanne and Navajo Jim, because for some reason, with the other artistic direction by the director of photography, David Bailey, and the editor, Michael Burciaga, sorry guys, it seemed to really distance itself out of everything else in the film. Even the scene where Navajo Jim is taking photos.
Yeah.
But that's my personal opinion. But overall, the artistic direction was quite becoming for it.
one of my favorite scenes was Samantha Wolf, who plays Sherry. And without trying to throw any spoilers out there, was just her choreographed, if you will, dance sequence to that of what turns out to be one of the bigger climactic moments within this short film.
Yeah,
I think all of, and that also
with the editing sequences following into that, what was going on from the back room to the main part of the bar. It added a nice extra flair to what was going on in the back room. Meanwhile, Sherry knows what's going on, or they kind of she already knows what's really going on and waiting for the other parts to finish out.
And there too, like you had mentioned, Guy Ritchie / Tarantino-esque. I totally see that kind of a sequence going on because it's it's dance. It's almost a little bit comedic. And then a ton of grit.
Oh, very much so. The deaths are not extremely gory, but they
stick with you.
Yeah. They're definitely right there in your face, and you feel like you're right over the shoulder of them just literally killing each other, which was a fun touch to what's going on. In what looks like it was extremely small rooms in that back room, I bet it was quite the feat in order to figure out how to shoot it and still get everything that you want in the shot.
Oh yeah.
It definitely made its presence known with every death sequence that was there. There is a delightful twist at the end, with some other people that were wanting to collect, or they were going to take Art's head. Overall, the precise edits and the meticulous nature of how it was done really was just a fun ride. Now, if this was taken to a feature film, I know we would have gotten a hell of a lot more character development, but for a 17-minute short film of this caliber, I commend you guys.
Absolutely. And Michael Rodriguez, if you're thinking about it or leaning towards it, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Go all out. Take the 17-minute short film and just blast it into that of a solid hour and a half to 2 hour full-length feature.
It would definitely be worth it.
Absolutely.
I mean, the look, the grit. I mean, you feel it. The music was great. It was a lot of fun. Some just all around, another wonderful work from Michael Rodriguez. Some of the actors that have been in, like, Last American Horror Show,
D.T. Carney.
D.T. Carney was in it, and he plays Michael Rodriguez's counterpart, Boston O'Brien.
Michael Rodriguez. Yep. Once again, dude, fantastic work. Popping in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Playing, what was it? Mickey the Messenger.
Correct. There's also Jenner DaSilva, who has played in other stuff that I can't think of off the top of my head, but he has done some other bigger name stuff. Samantha Wolf, I think she's a newcomer to some of Rodriguez's filming.
Yeah, however, she did a fantastic job.
Art, who played by Artuor Pogosian,
we saw him in Last American Horror Show Volume 2.
And at the very beginning, Navajo Jim, wasn't he in... Yes, he was in one of the sequences during Last American Horror Show, if I remember correctly.
And that's Manuel Ramirez.
Yes. Sparkles Soojian, she is also in it, and she played a character or so in Last American Horror Show Volume 2 as well. So it's nice that Michael has his steady crew that will come back for more, I guess you could say, punishment in Michael's particular way. And he's really, with this particular one, it was a nice growth in seeing something else from him that shows that there is a different mindset in it. From what I understand, having talked with Michael, was that Michael came up with this idea while he was in the hospital for a heart attack. And he was calling people up as he was recovering and started all the pre-production during this. And then not even 10 days later, we have dealings in his post-production.
Just knocked it out.
Somebody that's extremely dedicated to the craft, taking chances and taking his life into his own hands at this point. I am grateful that we have met Michael, and the fact that he's also gotten he's a lot healthier now from all this, and he's still has his passion, but he's not overdoing it, because it would be a really great loss in the independent world for people that know of his work to see him go and not continue to grow and give us,
sadly just have to step down,
Yeah. So I am really grateful that we got to see this and give you guys this review.
Yeah, and like I said, to the cast, to the crew, Michael,
absolute props.
Yeah, fantastic job. Turned a 17-minute short film into a full-length feature film. Just take it to the fences.
And we definitely look forward to the next piece that you send us.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's my take on Dealings, sir. So
we do our best to try not to spoil the film. We gave you a little bit of the story without giving you too much information. So, in the meantime, I'm Ryan James.
I'm Brody Barcode.
Thank you for joining us in the parlor, and have a happy one.